Up top to the right there?
Me?
Oh, sure.
In the light of the season ending, do you think possibly that Crabtree would take Brackenreed's place? Or even Murdoch and then Crabtree taking Murdoch's place?
I like the sound of that.
Christina?
Well, I think it's going to be interesting to see what does happen at the top of season 8. I mean, you saw a new inspector there in a couple of scenes. And it'll be interesting to see where we go at the very end of the season. I think Crabtree has some big ambitions. So watch out.
Can you talk a little bit about the new inspector? Patrick McKenna is so great. I mean, I remember him from Red Green, so...
Yeah!
What can you tell us about his character?
He's certainly not Brackenreed. He's an extraordinarily funny man. So he's going to really, though, cheese off Murdoch and Crabtree. Trust me, they're going to be a little annoyed.
Okay, next question. Yeah, it's standing up.
Hi. My question is for Johnny. I find Crabtree very intelligent and thoughtful and mindful, and he really loves his job. And he's an innovator. He innovated the stakeout in one episode, and I thought that was great. And
Keep it coming, keep it coming.
for the time, and do you see a promotion for your character? Or do you have to get educated in? I think there's some sort of great. I think the thing is great inspector because he always seems to run a point.
Well, yeah, thank you. I mean, Crabtree is also a very humble man, so he's very eager. I don't know if you guys remember, there is one episode where he sort of becomes, I think the episode is called Convalescence, and Murdoch has been injured, and Crabtree, do you remember there's a parrot?
I wish I watched that episode.
Acting detective, rather. And he gets a bit flustered, you know. He doesn't really know how to dole instruction out to Higgins, and he doesn't. I think in that episode, Crabtree realizes that he'll be a detective one day, but not quite yet. He also, I think, sees that he and Murdoch are a bit of Batman and Robin sort of. That there's a good thing going there, so there's no need to upset the balance just yet. Down the road, Crabtree will end up to be a very successful, wealthy man.
Thank you. Another? Yep.
Me?
John right there.
Me?
Yeah.
Two words. Terrence Myers.
You want him back?
Yeah!
Yeah, you'll see Terrence Myers in season 8.
Yeah!
What's really great about being 8 seasons in is every now and then we get to see, such as Myers or Inspector Slorite, these characters that you see every other season or even every 3 years, you know. It adds a real depth to our Victorian Toronto. People, you guys know Terrence Myers or Pinterest.
Well, even Edna, right? Wasn't she the woman with the dog in season 8?
She was in the very first episode of the first season.
101.
Oh, yeah, 101.
Yeah.
Do you remember that guy? She had the
Yeah.
campaigning for lost dogs, and you took the dog in, and so 7 years later to bring her back was
there was a gentleman in a yellow shirt, I think.
Okay,
Yep.
I got a question about my daughter. What's that one first?
To Julia, is Murdoch a good kisser?
Fantastic.
Yes, and I agree with it.
Sir, that was really your question, wasn't it? Did you have a question, though, sir? Seriously?
I'm blushing.
Oh.
I don't know. Oh, I'm not supposed to answer.
I apologize. I was trying to save you. Go ahead.
Say that as Julia.
When you kiss on TV, it's different.
I know.
It's not the same. This is true.
not bad necessarily, but it's different. It's different. So, I mean, I don't want to say anything that might, you know, I'm sure Yannick's a really good kisser. But I don't kiss Yannick. I kiss Murdoch. Murdoch's okay. He's got a bit of stick, but you know, he's got a lot to learn. That's why it's taking 8 years. That's good. I'm gonna get in so much trouble. Next question.
You had a question?
I find it really fascinating how you're using the landmarks throughout Toronto and you can recognize quite a few of them. Some I can't though. What range do you use? Do you use strictly Ontario or Southern Ontario for your shooting locations?
Primarily we shoot Southern Ontario, and we obviously have a great visual effects team who recreate what Toronto looked like. And every season I have this idea we should move out of Ontario. So we shot in Alberta in Drumheller in the dinosaur park, and we went out to Dawson City, you'll remember. And last year we went out to Newfoundland.
Yeah!
And this year we're going up into the far north of Northern Ontario. But primarily it's all down here in Southern Ontario.
Yeah, you guys are in Brantford a lot, right?
Brantford a lot, Cambridge a lot, like a ton in Cambridge, Port Hope, that whole area, Aurora. Yeah, it's those communities have such, they've kept all their great buildings, unlike dear Toronto. Decides to rip them all down.
Right down here in the front, the red shirt.
So just curious, I did send some ideas for episodes and things and things. Do you hear back? I just don't know if I sent it to the right place. She doesn't know technology at all.
Probably the best thing to do is just to send them into Shaftesbury. So send them to Shaftesbury on their, the 163 Queen Street East. And my communications team will find them. As I say, I just happened to find that one about Tom Thompson, and I thought it was such a great idea. You know, the Group of Seven is such an important part of our heritage. So yeah, send them in. Obviously, we can't do everything. The writers have got tons of ideas, but we try our best.
Wow, we have a lot of limited time. Okay, down the front there.
Just going back to the recurring guest stars. A while ago, we had the episode where we finally met George's Mohawk mother. And she's kind of never been back to the picture since. We met in Cannes last season, finally. Just wondering, family members in general, Murdoch's father, Crabtree's mother, all of those kind of family members. Will we see more?
We try, I think, to balance that, because we've got a big cast, and we've got our A stories going, we've got what's going on now. But no, we do try and service, so, Brackenry's wife is coming back more. And I gotta say,
Wow!
this was very much again thanks to you fans saying, we'd like to see more of her, and so the writers started writing more. So it is just this delicate dance of we got 44 minutes every week, and how do we? So as I say, this year we're focusing on Murdoch's backstory, how he started as a young boy, and as they bringing more of Mrs. Brackenry in. So, but we try.
Yeah, thanks for mentioning that, Christina. I just want to say thank you so much. Whenever I get, there was a petition made or something like that to have more of Mrs. Brackenreid, and I was really overwhelmed like that. That was beautiful. Because I love playing her, and I love being on the show, and they've written me some really fun stuff, like Kung Fu Crabtree was a blast. So much fun on that. So thank you so much, and obviously, to Shaftesbury. Anyway, I just want to say that. Thank you.
Yay!
We only have a couple minutes left, but there's one question that I wanted to ask of everybody on the panel, and that is, this actually came from Facebook, and it's how close is the cast when you're not all on set working?
Well, you know what? I mean, the thing is we all work together and we all like each other. It's really, it's always lovely to, as somebody who kind of jumps in and out of the show, I always feel a very warm welcoming feeling. We've all kind of been working together for a long time, so I think with any work relationship, there are people who know each other outside of it, and then there's also, you just come in and you have fun. Like, I had a great time this morning, and, so we all get along really well. I don't think it's necessarily a question of closeness, if that makes sense.
It's like going back to school every year.
It is a bit like that, and we all have such separate lives. I mean, us three, we live kind of similar area, but she's constantly out of leaving town and living in LA, and I'm off to New York, and Johnny does this weird show where he travels all around Canada.
Although Georgina did marry one of my best friends.
Johnny emceed my wedding, so.
I met Georgina I knew Georgina only as my buddy's girlfriend, and then she told me she was auditioning for Murdoch Mysteries. I assumed it was a guest star for one episode. And then she said, oh, I got the part. Then I found out when we started shooting that it was going to be the new main role on the show. And they paired us off as love interests. So in 1 week, me and Georgina had a kiss on set, and then I emceed her and Mark's wedding.
Explain that one to your best friend.
But yeah, no, we're all really close. It's just that we tend to see each other a lot when we're working, and then we all fly off in different directions.
Okay, so who wants to take this next question? If you could encapsulate season 8 into 140 characters, or a little bit more than that, what would you say?
We don't have all of it yet. We don't know.
All right.
We're just actually on Friday midday, we hit our mid-season of shooting, so we're half done season 8 exactly now.
And so tease the first half of the season then.
So 70 characters.
I feel like you have to do it in sections or something, because you literally have
There's a lot
numerous
going on.
storylines going on. I mean, you've seen part of it in the tease. We have a really awesome through line with these women that are trying to change the world and political scene in Canada as they knew it. So that's a really awesome through line that's going to be happening. That's really exciting. And then there's the question of whether they get married. It's exciting. That'll be fun, and that's right from the beginning. So that's happening.
And then there's also on top of that a dead body every week that needs to get sorted.
I think some things stay the same, and you're going to see some changes this year, which are exciting. Just they're not bad.
Lots more of what everybody loves for sure as well. So look forward to that.
So there's a big joke sort of now on set whenever we start shooting an episode that wherever any of our characters go in their day-to-day life, whether it's the theater or fishing or everywhere they go, there's a dead body. So it must be bad luck,
You should just never go out.
Yeah.
Someone's always going to die.
Guys, thanks so much for your time. Just a reminder, season 8 returns Monday, October the 6th at 8 p.m. on CBC. Thank you.